Hi, Matthew Luciano here of Corporate Development Capital. I've been in the financial markets since 1995 when I got out of Johns Hopkins, and most of the time has been in the hedge fund space. Just want to let the audience know a few things about hedge funds. Basically, they are a pool of assets managed by a portfolio manager and a team, defined within a legal structure, and most of them are regulated nowadays. The smaller ones can avoid that via numerous exemptions. However, those are the ones most of the people are going to steer clear of anyway. Not because of any malfeasance of anything, but just because of track record. And you want to see a manager go through a few cycles. And if he does that successfully, he'll probably have enough assets to warrant being registered. Historically, there have been three main drivers differentiating hedge funds from mutual funds. One being leverage, second being derivatives, and the last one being being able to collect the incentive fee. Now, ironically, the regulations and the SEC and such still weigh very, very heavily on hedge funds. However, they've let mutual funds move very, very far to basically being hedge funds now anyway, using leverage, derivatives, and shorting. Shorting had been a main component of differentiating fact for hedge funds. So, last tidbit I'll share today on this little announcement here is, I saw Donald Trump, talking about hedge fund managers making too much money. Well, obviously, in any industry, you're going to have a few people making too much money as per the masses. That's really a message for the masses, people that really don't understand it. The guys who do make too much money and pay too little taxes are wickedly successful, and that is not only for themselves but for their investor base. So it's actually a scenario where everyone wins. And as far as paying too little taxes, well, that's not exactly true either. What a lot of the guys will do is defer their taxes till a later date in time, typically 10 years, and then they'll bring that money back in and have to pay taxes on it. I would say much different than I think it's Intel or Apple or someone who's got billions of dollars of offshore money, where that is actually doesn't have to come back in and actually gets circumvented. Hedge fund manager money will always come back in, and I've really only know one scenario where a successful manager denounced his citizenship to keep the money. But I'm sure the IRS will get him because he spends a lot of his time in the U.S. anyway. Okay, thank you very much for listening to me.